Listening, TLR. Listening, TLR.
Kevin Samuel words were, so that's pretty much on one side. The other side of it, his words, they get a lot of people upset. His words anger a lot of people to a certain point to where they avoided him online. He was one of the most hated popular guys on the internet. He got viral literally because of the video that he uploaded talking about what was that video? It was the video that uh the one where he had allowed the girl to rate herself. And that video got a lot of liked, a lot of praise, but it also got a lot of hate, right? And so he got viral because of that. And then from then on, when I subscribed to his channel, he had around 400 or 300 or 400 and something subscribers, somewhere close in that ballpark. And at the moment of his passing, right? The moment of his passing, he had like 1.4 million subscribers. So you talking the man gained literally about 1 million subscribers from the time that I first saw him and heard him. And I literally was watching him a little bit before that video went viral. You know, his channel was pretty much talking mostly about men, you know, fashion and stuff like that. So his channel was primarily about men. And one time he went out and started doing it towards women of color in particular, then that's when his channel went up or went viral. The thing about it is that Kevin Samuel was a man that tell women what they needed to hear, women and men, what they needed to hear, not what they want to hear. So it's a big difference. He told folk what they needed to hear, not what they want to hear. And that's the type of people that I literally start, as I'm getting older, that I start to appreciate, that I respect, and that I come to love more and become close to. People that can literally bypass a common shared ideology to make everyone feel good. So that's pretty much the market today, is to allowing everyone to feel good, to allow them to have what they want. And that's not the way to actually go about it, right? We need to hear what we need to hear what we need to hear. And that's what the man did. That's what the Godfather did. And so that's what definitely we'll all miss for the folk that like him. And the ones that didn't, that's fine. They'll continue to do what they do. But I guarantee this, his words will continue to resonate throughout the world and the black community especially. His words will continue to resonate, to be a throughput, you know, for men. He advocated for men, and his words will continue to be words that people can draw from, learn from. And a lot of the analysis and pointers that he came up with in his conversation, they were very helpful. They're extremely helpful. Learned a lot. I mean, I listened to his 2 hour shows and stuff like that. And it's really, really, really wonderful that I've learned. Actually, he's one of the person that I've learned the most things from beyond a lot of the videos that I watch. I'm a techie guy, you know what I'm saying? And but outside of the tech world, he's one of the person that I learned from a lot in terms of his stats, analytics, and stuff like that. Because did fact check him, you know, when I watched his videos and stuff like that. But the thing about it, my main point is where I'm trying to get at. The man will continue to be in our thoughts, minds, and his family will continue to be in our thought, minds, and prayers. So I say shout out to the Samuel's family, shout out to his mother, shout out to his daughter, and stuff like everyone pretty much. Haters will continue to hate, that's fine. One thing that resonate with him, no, one thing that he had said that will continue to resonate, that they hated a lot, especially for the women's side, is that a lot of them will continue to be on their own. A lot of them will continue to do what they do and be right on their own, alone. So again, shout out. I just want to share that thought. Um I just want to literally, also I want to be an upliftment as well. I don't want to I don't want to lie at all. I don't believe in that. I always try to do my research before I come online. And if I do get something wrong, I appreciate being corrected. Um, I hope people will learn from this right here. The aftermath that I'm seeing right now in the community, I personally don't like it at all. We are celebrating the passing, the death, the passing of one of our own, regardless of whether we had agreed with him or not. That's the part of it. The lack of respect. That's the part of it that gets me. The lack of understanding before passing judgment. That's the part that gets me. The lack of trying to have empathy. Don't judge before you understand. Because if you judge before you understand, you won't understand. But if you understand before you judge, then you won't judge at all. All right. So let's get on with it. I just had to brush that across off of my mind pretty much. Again, it's sad for the community of men who they would like for their voices to be heard. In today's society, it's very, very, once you speak what need to be heard, it's very, very vile, nasty, you know. It's very toxic, very droning, it's noisy, it gets just freaking unbelievable gross. That's the whole people can do it online. And everybody just sit comfortably in their chair and they just text away dirty, vile, nasty things. I just focus. The good thing is that you have to develop the thick skin when you go out and you say what need to be heard, what the things that need to be said, the things that will make a change. You have to be thick-skinned. I remember when I was young, I literally as a child, I'm not scared at all when it come on to people and their comments and stuff like that. That stuff don't bother me at all. I rather say what I have to say and be freaking hated for it. But at least what I said is being said, and people can draw from it what they want to draw from it. You have to develop a thick skin. I've had to learn as a child how to be laughed at and teased before I even learned how to spell my own name. So not a lot of us had experienced that. Not a lot of us that had to go through that. But if y'all can see how my hands are, this is something that I had to deal with, being laughed at, teased at a very, very young, tender age. I'm sure y'all can see it, right? This is what I had to deal with as a child when I was growing up. So the good thing about it, what it had done to me is build thick skin from an early, tender age. That's what it had done for me. So when I come out here and I put a video online for whatever reason, that ain't gonna shake me at all. That's how it is for me personally. The insults, the attacks, that's been part of my building block. And when I saw Kevin Samuel come online and dishing it out, I said yes. To a lot of the stuff I can relate to it. They blast him, and even in that they blast him too. They blasting him now as we speak. A lot of them smiling, a lot of them just happy because the man was only saying the things that were needed to be said. If he was online telling them to lift their dresses up and show their behind, they would be more happy. If he was telling them that they were strong and independent, even when they know they're not, they wouldn't love him too. If he was out there telling them and siding with them when it come on to their personal relationship, even though a lot of time, half of the time they're wrong, but you always hear their side of the story. They wouldn't doubt him, they wouldn't wrong him either. But the man, for once, someone had literally taken up the point of view of what men go through. Not just men, but men of color in our homes, in our families, in our relationships, with dealing with our children, our own women, mothers, or fathers, or siblings. Someone that was brave enough to do it, and I commend him for that. The world, as we know, is changing very fast, extremely fast. And it's to the point to where, as I just had a conversation with my wife, there are no more standard left. All that fella was trying to do was to bring back the ideal building block of family, the first order of business, which is marriage. And they hated him for that. So the thing about it is, what's left? What's next? That's my question. What's left? What's next? We have no family left in the community, barely. We have very little dignity left. Failed leaders, failed families, failing fathers, failing mothers. No output, no upliftment for our children. What we have is a bunch of lunatics, a lot of people. That's why the saying that says common sense is no longer common anymore. So what do we have left? That's my question. That's where I'm trying to arrive to. What's next? What do we have left? The thing about it is, and I'm gonna continue to ramble on a little bit longer. The thing about it is that we have to realize what we are doing wrong. Once we realize what we are doing wrong, because that's the first step into solving any problem, is to realize what we are doing wrong. And then once we figure out what we are doing wrong, then we must come up with a solution. But because a lot of us want to turn a blind eye to what is obvious, which is the broken family, broken relationships, broken marriage. These are the first order of business that we ought to get back into. But before we can do that, right? Before I can even ask anyone to work with anyone, or to try with anyone, or to listen to anyone, look within yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Then what I can do to change that. So that's what we have to do. We have to come up with a solution for the issues that we have now. Because all of us, every last one of us have a responsibility for ourselves, for our families, for our children, for our community. What can we do to make that change? We don't celebrate. Let me step back away from that. Let's go back to Mr. Samuels. We don't celebrate the passing of our own. We don't do that. That is disrespectful. We don't laugh at the falling of our own, because every one of us won't be to that place one day. We don't do that. We must be in solemn respect, be quiet. Save the dirty comments for later. All right, this is not the time and place to be disrespectful, regardless of how you felt about that man. That man have never killed anyone before. That man have never celebrated the death of anyone before. All I see, based on the plenty of hours of footage of videos that I watch, is that man telling us how important the family is, the marriage is, how it's important for us to get back into our natural roles. That's what that man tried to tell us. And regardless of how we felt about it, we have a responsibility to take a look into it and see what we can do. Come up with a solution. So, So I hope that some of y'all pull back some of the disrespectful comments and stuff like that that y'all have on the internet. I hope that some of y'all can have the dignity to hold back some of the disrespectful behavior because of the passing of the man. Please be respectful. That's all I'm asking. But my question remains, my question still stands. What's next? What we supposed to do? What we ought to do? Comment when you see this video because it will be on YouTube.
Listening, TLR.